Welcome back, and it's so great to have you both here. Yeah, ow is right. Fans are very excited because previews start next week, but this is the first time on Broadway. Congratulations on this. How are rehearsals going?
Rehearsals are going well. I mean, it's a lot. You know, it's for those that don't know, we basically show up at noon each day, and we rehearse this show beat by beat till midnight. Or 10 p.m. in this case.
Yeah.
And it's just, you know, putting the whole thing together has been an absolute joy. We have an incredible creative team. Obviously, Jason Robert Brown, the composer of this show, is an icon. He's going to be here playing with us tonight, which will be great.
Oh my God.
And we're having the best time.
Thanks for doing this that song for us tonight. We're getting a sneak peek. Like, no one's seen this yet. This is fantastic.
No one's seen it.
It's a big deal for us. You've both been on Broadway numerous times. Nick, this is your fifth Broadway?
My fifth show, yeah. I did a bunch of shows as a kid.
Yeah.
And so this is my second time coming back since being an adult, and this is just a dream role. So
yeah. And Adrian, you won a Tony for the last show you were in for Tina.
Did, yeah.
Tina Turner. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Adrian, have you ever crossed paths with Nick before?
No, I mean, of course I watched him when I was growing up on the Disney Channel, because who didn't? But we've never crossed paths, but when I was a kid, I did audition for Camp Rock. I didn't get it. But that's okay, because I did my own little rock and roll show later.
Yeah. That's right.
But no, we haven't. Not yet, until now.
Anything surprised you about Nick since you've been working together?
Besides, he's such an incredible teammate and just such a hard worker. He ups the ante every single day, and I'm like, wait a minute, I gotta step up every day.
He actually is unbelievable. I've known him for a long time, and he always shows up and knocks it out of the park.
But here's another thing. Now, I may be the only one who didn't know this. I didn't actually realize how famous Nick actually is.
Oh my, what?
Like, we're not just walking down the street going to get coffee in between our rehearsals, because it's a whole to-do. So I'm like, you stay here, I'll go get the coffee.
Yeah, a lot of people love him. Yeah,
yes.
You can't walk down the street with Nick Jonas.
It's
No.
amazing.
Now, the show is going to be at the Hudson Theater. This is very exciting.
You were just there.
I made my Broadway.
Your Broadway
You did,
debut.
yes.
Yeah, hold on. It's the biggest thing. It was the biggest deal to me. I did 8 shows. I was there for a week at the Hudson Theater, and I used to go there, and I had the greatest time. But are you feeling my aura?
Yes, you warmed it up for us.
I'm in your dressing room. You warmed it up. So I walked in the room. They gave us the option to go see which room we wanted. And I walked in. I said, I feel like Jimmy was here.
Did he take my up the stairs?
Yes.
It's a great spot.
No way.
He's got a good spot.
You didn't take the Lin-Manuel's dressing room?
So the funny story, last time I was in this building was for the SNL 50. Which
You crushed it, by the way. You were fantastic.
Thank you. I was in it for 2 seconds, but
No, but you were
the 2
great.
seconds I was in this sketch, I was supposed to be singing, and I woke up that day and I had no voice. I was sick as a dog, and so I spent the day stressing out about being on camera. I get in my dressing room here, and I'm sharing with Lin-Manuel, and he gave me the whole setup of you have to be in my room. It's the best one. And I walked in there, and no disrespect, we love you, Lin, but that room is
It's
not
the
vibe.
best one.
It's not.
I went in his room really quickly because he was just watching wrestling when we're not on, because it's interesting, like when you do these shows, there's the double shows on the weekends. It's a lot, so in between shows you don't want to really talk to each other because you want to save your voice. So no one talked to each other, and I was like, where is everybody? Like,
Where are my
The only
friends?
saving grace for that dressing room is that it has a bathroom. It's got a dedicated bathroom.
Oh, that's right.
So I think that's why he said.
I think I have the best dressing room, but
Oh, well, all right, we'll have to go. I'm gonna go look and
visit
scope
us.
out
Come
the.
visit us.
Yeah, but I'm so happy, dude. I'm honored that you're in my dressing room.
Yeah, I'm
a
happy
big
to
deal.
Thank you for.
Yeah, no problem. Do you have any traditions for the opening night or any things that you do for? Broadway?
Yeah, I mean, my parents, I love them very much. And every opening night, they love to send me things, very like sentimental things, right before I go on stage. So my Broadway debut, my parents sent a gift, and it was like a shadow box of every show, like every part of the journey of that particular show. And I cried my eyes out. And I was supposed to go on stage immediately after, so I had to redo all of my makeup. I'm freaking out. It's my Broadway debut, but it was for a good reason. They're the best. I love you guys.
No, it is the best. What was your? I know you said you started when you were a kid. What was your Broadway debut? How old are you?
My Broadway debut was at the Marquis Theater with Reba McEntire and Annie Get Your Gun in 2001.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Reba, you know, obviously icon, incredible. we had a lot of very special guests that would come to the show to see her, former presidents and members of NSYNC, which was a big deal to many of us backstage. And the biggest, person to come and see the show, and the person that meant the most to me and my father, speaking of parents, was Dolly Parton came. And so this is...
One and only.
This is the official invite for Dolly to come see us in our show.
Yeah, come on, Dolly.
Got to update the picture that I have with her from when I'm like 8.
The show is unique in that there's only you're the only 2 people in the cast.
That's it, just us, sorry.
How do you set... No, it's great. That's all you need.
That's all you get.
That's all we want the last 5 years. That's what we want. But can you set up what the show is about?
Yeah, sure. So it's about a couple, and it goes through 5 years of their relationship. You meet us when we fall in love, and then we get married, and then there's a divorce. You'll find out why. But the most interesting part about this show is I start at the end of the relationship, and Nick starts at the beginning, and we cross paths, and we meet in the middle.
That's fantastic. I cannot wait for this. 2 of the most talented people. Performances don't start until next week, but this is very exciting. You're going to perform a song from the show later on for us. Yeah. What will you be performing?
A song called The Next 10 Minutes, which is probably our couple's happiest point in the show. So we're excited to share that with you tonight.
Next 10 minutes tonight. I'd love this. Do you want to stick around and play a game?
Yes.
Yes? More with Nick Jonas and Adrienne Warren. When we come back, everybody stick around.